Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We're back out at the park, and you probably noticed I have a jacket on, and that is because it is in the low 50s, just kind of randomly. Last week we were at Hurricane Harbor and it was a balmy 85 to 90 degrees, got a nice sunburn, but now we're back in the coat. So, you know, just typical weather for the area. So, like I said, we're back out at the park. We're going to check out El Diablo Construction, and I actually heard that another attraction has been demolished, so we're going to check that out as well. And we'll just walk around the park and see what kind of changes have happened. We haven't been here for a couple weeks, so let's go. I will say that when I entered the parking area today, my diamond parking reservation wasn't coming up, but they were very accommodating and helped me out and got me in there anyway, so that was great. And then once I got into the park, the first thing I noticed is that there is now a gate around the fountain here at front gate, right in front of Silver Star Carousel Stage. So I'm sure that this is just a safety measure, since this becomes a viewing area for entertainment that's out at this stage. Another thing that I noticed is here at El Mercado de la Plaza, the signage on the actual front of the building has been redone. So this is a gift shop kind of by the front gate. You can see we were just over here at the fountain. So always nice to see these hand-painted signs getting some love, and it looks fantastic. We're over here next to Casa de Six Flags in the Mexico section, kind of across from El Sombrero. So I haven't been in here yet this year. Let's stop in and see if there's any new merchandise worth mentioning. I am noticing a few new shirts in here. Have a Coasters and Chill shirt, which is like a sloth shirt. Just heard someone just drop something, so that's good. These are long sleeve shirts, and you can see that they have more of these here. And they are park specific, but I do feel like they're kind of generic shirts, so not too bad though. I do like the sloth one, that's fun. This is that $7.99 Six Flags spring tee that y'all have probably seen in your membership portal as one of your benefits, so that's what this looks like. These are going to be pretty standard at every park. And then they have some mugs, which aren't too bad at all, and these are park specific, has the opening year Six Flags Over Texas, so those aren't bad either. Everything else is pretty much the same in this gift shop. They do have Justice League merch and things like that. We're over here in the Spain section by the El Diablo Construction, and as y'all can see, shade structures are starting to go up for the queuing area. This is just kind of a first view. We will hit our different angles to show you guys as much of this as possible. I do want to point out while we're over here that Conquistador was also closed the last time I was at the park. I don't know if with today being a Friday, if it's a staffing issue, or if there's something actually wrong with the ride. So business has really picked up over here. You can see they're working on the queue now, and it does have some theming to keep it set in the Spain area. You can see that there are lampposts that look like the lampposts in the rest of the area, and they are putting a covering on this area. I also love the little stone blocks down here. So this is looking great. We're critical on Six Flags because they do a lot of throwaway type of stuff, but this is actually looking pretty good over here for what it is. I also want to point out that the photo booth for La Vibora, or the bobsled roller coaster, is also open. So if you get some on-ride photos taken there, then you can pick those up here at this booth again. We're over here near the exit of El Aserradero, the log ride Flume 2, and you can see we have another one of those themed lampposts. They're building another platform over here. It's interesting how close this gets to the exit ramp of the log ride. I'll actually get over there for you guys too. It does appear that they are reshaping the pathway here, so it looks like there will be a pathway wrapping around this. They are saving these trees over here, which is also fantastic. They've installed more of these lampposts near the exit of the log ride, which you can see is not very popular on this chilly day. But this is likely to be the exit of the ride. I'm not super sure. I did think it would maybe dump out here, but that is not the case. And this comes very close to the exit ramp to Flume 2. So a very tight fit, but they made it happen. Just to give you guys a higher look at this area, you can see the queue line is wrapping around that way. This should be the exit, but we will have to see. But the queue starts over on this side, wraps all the way around, and then this is likely the exit to the ride. I don't know why I don't know. We'll have to see. But you can see they've got all the decking in here. You can get another look at that wall they're building over there for the future pathway, but like I said, this is all looking really nice, and it's very cool that they appear to be trying to keep the Spanish theme of this area, because it is definitely one of the more charming areas of the park. I do want to point out that the self-order kiosks here at Rancho de Pollo are closed. I don't know if that's a staffing issue. I would assume it is, just because it's Friday during the school year, hard to staff the park, but we will have to see. Alright guys, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You can see here Lone Star Theater is in the process of being completely demolished. They do have the gazebo still here, but it's gone. Lone Star Theater is no more. A little bit of a closer look at the demolition progress. Now, this theater hasn't been used since 2014. The last show here was Deck the Halls during Holiday in the Park of that year. And I'm curious, what are some of the shows that y'all have seen here? And do you know what this building actually started out as? A little bit of Six Flags Over Texas history? Please answer in the comments below. Here's just another look kind of over the construction fence. It is gone. Something I haven't ridden in a while is Shockwave here in the park's tower section. I think we might do that today. It is hard to believe that Shockwave is 41 years old in 2019. Hard to believe indeed, but very cool. Here comes the Six Flags Railroad, and I think you guys can expect this attraction to be open at least through August. Beyond that, who knows what will be happening in the park. So I stopped back over at Chop 6 for lunch. I wanted to give this another try. We ate here the day it opened, and it was kind of interesting. It was very, I'm not gonna say bad, it just didn't taste, I don't think, the way it's supposed to taste. I will say this, the service I just got at this restaurant was probably the quickest Six Flags dining experience I've ever had. Skylar here at Chop 6 was fantastic, and I can't say enough about that. It was great. Ordered my food, it came out really quick. She was attentive, they weren't ignoring people in there, so very fantastic. I'll show you guys what I got right now. So here is the orange chicken, and instead of getting lo mein, I did get fried rice. The lo mein was kind of not super great last time, so I wanted to stay away from it, but I did want to give the orange chicken another try, so let's give it a shot. Alright guys, I am eating this with a spoon. The register that I was at did not have napkins, and it did not have forks, so that is still a thing happening here. That's so bizarre to me that you don't have all the utensils and napkins, because they are simple. Here's the orange chicken. It tastes so much more like orange chicken this time. It doesn't have that weird spicy situation like it was mixed with other food. It isn't the freshest thing in the world, so this does taste like it's maybe been sitting there for a minute, but it's not awful. The fried rice is totally fine. So, I know we were rough on this restaurant before the opening weekend of it, but it definitely seems pretty solid now, so make sure you guys come check it out. And we'll probably do a Dining Pass exclusive here later on with something that's not the orange chicken. I am halfway through my meal, but I did want to point out that these are environmentally friendly plates. So good job, Six Flags, for taking a step in that direction. This is still one of the most peaceful and nicer places to eat here at Six Flags Over Texas. You can see there's this fun little water feature on the back of this patio. That's actually Roaring Rapids, and that is a back area, but as you can see, that this side of the ride's all themed, and that is because there was an attraction back here, and this actually used to be a public pathway back this way. Let me know in the comments below if y'all know what attraction this pathway led to. It would have been before Runaway Mountain was here. I've been asked in the past about where to purchase these game play passes, and there's a booth right here, right in front of Texas Arena here in the tower section. So if you're interested in buying one of those, you can do it here. It's not open today. I would assume that it is open on busier days, such as weekends. Speaking of games, these signs are also popping up at various game stands. If you are a member, you can purchase one game and then get the second game for free. So a nice little deal they have going on right now. Don't know how long that lasts, if that's a permanent perk or if that's just temporary. This is the third T-Mobile stand I've seen out here today. T-Mobile is hustling out here big time. Harley Quinn's Insanity in the Gotham City section is still down. You can see they still have this scaffolding piece set up kind of near the motor, so it looks like they're still dealing with a motor or gearbox issue. If it's a situation where they had to order new parts, that would likely take a while just because this ride is from France and there's only 2 of them in the US so far. So more woes for Harley Quinn's Insanity. It is still closed. One thing to note is that Texas Skyscreamer has reopened. The last time we were here, it did appear that they were doing some maintenance on the guide cables that run up the tower. So I'm sure that that was probably just normal maintenance. Everything looks good to go, and it is back open. I do want to point out that the specialty churro sundaes here at Casa de Churros in Gotham City are now on the dining pass as a snack plus $3. My dreams have officially come true. We're gonna have to try that. Those sound absolutely delicious. So as y'all may or may not be able to see, Dry Hole Charlie's is actually pretty crowded, and the reason being is because on these weekdays that the park is open during May, many kids groups are here. Any restaurants that accept meal deals are going to have these long lines because most of these kids groups are given meal deals when they come into the park. So just a pro tip from me, try to avoid restaurants that accept meal deals so that you're not waiting in long lines. And if you need to know what restaurants have meal deals, you can visit SFOT Source. We've actually laid all that out on the dining page. You can see all the restaurants that accept meal deals and the ones that don't for planning your future trips if you are coming during the week during the end of school time. There are no noticeable changes to report over here at Aquaman Splashdown. Since we've been here last, it does look like things have kind of come to a halt for now, so we'll have to keep an eye on this as the season progresses, see what the plans are, because it's pretty obvious that this is being removed by now, right? All American Cafe is another fine example of a restaurant that accepts meal deals. You can see that queue in there is pretty much filled up, and it's really not a busy day. This is probably annoying by now, and I'm not sure how much you can see, but JB's Smokehouse Barbecue in Old South also packed with people because they accept meal deals. I did want to point out that here at Miss Abby's, which is next to the Texas Taco Bar in the Texas section, it also has a new dining pass snack option, which is the brownie sundae. It is a snack plus $1, so just one more awesome snack option that they've added, especially if you're a sweets lover. The huge giant chair here in the Texas section of the park has been refurbished. Now, I've been really bad about showing this to you guys. It actually did happen more at the beginning of the season, but there's always tons of people around it, so it's great to see these little things getting attention, and it's great to see that Ben Affleck there on the back wall has been repainted. For those of you who aren't sure where this is, it's over here by Rodeo. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this trip to Six Flags Over Texas. Very pleasant visit. I was very pleasantly surprised by how many attractions were open, how many food locations were open, and there are still kids flowing into this place, a bunch of school groups. So if you do come out here during the week in May, just keep that in mind that you will have to combat that. Otherwise, super pleasant, great service, friendly employees, and that always makes the visit just that much better. So as you can see, Lone Star Theater is no more. We will update you with any information we find out about what could be coming there. I do think that it was probably torn down due to infrastructure issues. Every time the park floods, that is one of the locations that tends to get slammed with those floodwaters. So it's probably more of a situation of it needing to come down because that's the safest thing to do versus a new attraction. But we'll wait and see. I am very surprised by what's going on over at El Diablo. Just the details, if that makes sense. The stone that you saw over there, the lampposts that match the rest of the area. I love seeing details like that in the theming, and hopefully they just keep continuing on with that the next time we come out here. I'm hoping that it looks even better than it does right now. Make sure y'all head on over to SFFT Source, which is our guide to Fiesta, Texas. We actually just posted a Q blog, a brand new blog, about the best hotels to visit or to stay at when visiting Fiesta, Texas, and we give you our reasons why and just details on that. If y'all have any questions about that, you can ask us directly on that blog post. We are heading out to Fiesta, Texas and SeaWorld super soon. We'll get you guys a nice beefy update for Fiesta, Texas, and we're going to check out the Seven Seas Food Festival there at SeaWorld San Antonio. Very excited about that, so stay tuned for those videos. In both June and July, we are going to be participating in an event called Coasting for Kids. Basically what this is an effort to raise money for kids who are critically ill so that they can leave behind their worries and their troubles, their doctor visits, and any other, you know, issues that you deal with when you're in that situation, and go on an awesome, all expenses paid trip to Orlando. So we are asking you guys to help us continue to raise money. You guys have helped us out so far, and we are incredibly thankful. We've actually extended our goals. You can find links to both of those Coasting for Kids events in the description below. In June, the event will be at Six Flags Over Texas, and then in July, we will be heading to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas for their event. If y'all have any questions about our visit today, I encourage you to ask in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. You can hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when we post more updates. Seems like you guys really like the Over Texas visits, and we can do these pretty often, so we're going to try to do them as often as possible as long as y'all are interested. We thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.